Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard and I will be presenting this episode today from Life for Living Well. I hope this particular episode is informative and helpful and relax and enjoy it. So whatever you do today, may your day goes well. Thank you.
Hello there, everybody. It's Ricky and Richard, or should I say Richard and Ricky? It's Ricky here, and welcome to Life Worth Living. Well, um, Richard, would you like to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. We're truly blessed to have another episode from Life for Living Well. Thank you, Ricky. So,
Ah,
how was your week so far?
the week has been really good. The week has been great, and I've been doing one of the things which I tell other people to do, and that is to do like a grateful journal. And I've started again, which after a long time, which I think is a very good. And I remember last time when we spoke, we said it's always good to have like a grateful journal. So I've started that, and that's one of the highlights of my week, and it's
Fantastic.
going well. And how's yours been?
Well, I was I paused because I was thinking, what's my highlight of this week? Okay, my highlight of this week will probably be like able to have more space
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically,
Mm-hmm.
and emotionally to
Mm-hmm.
able to process a few stuff that I'm working on, and
Yep, yep, yep.
able to push few stuff through,
Mm,
and
mm.
and I'm able to slow down and enjoy nature. So that's
And how,
my highlight of the week.
oh, okay. So how have you been able to push forward with having space?
Wow. One of the way of doing that is to a little bit detach from it, because sometimes when you love something so much,
Mm,
you become the same thing.
mm,
So people that love perhaps a particular kind of food, they eat it all the time.
mm,
But
mm, mm,
the
mm,
joy of things to able to take a step back and
mm, mm,
actually look at it that how these things support the long time and short time goal.
mm,
So
mm, mm,
I do things because I'm really care about it. But
mm,
if what I'm doing doesn't support my highest goal or support other people around my life, I don't want to invest my time in it.
Okay, okay.
So
It's the
so
first
having
time I've heard about this space. What is it all about, really? I mean, what's the importance of creating space, your own space, physical space, emotional space, as you rightly say?
well, we live in a very interesting time.
Mm,
Clearly, we live in the 24 hours news, and there's
mm,
no news
mm,
anymore.
mm,
It's just more like even the news media are making a lot of
mm,
things because they are under pressure to always report news 24 hours.
mm,
So
mm,
they do is to run a commentary.
mm,
So
mm,
sometimes
mm,
you turn on the TV and they say news hour, but they're actually sharing a gossip that happened
mm,
between
mm,
celebrating
mm,
friends.
mm,
And then if you don't really careful, you can be sucking into other people's drama.
mm,
So
mm, mm,
having a space for me personally, it allowed me to only allow things that necessary at
mm,
that moment
mm, mm,
there, because there's a lot of things that we kept, because the thing with the space, if you look
mm,
at your house, so
mm,
let's say, I know you have you have a spare room in your place. So if you look into your house, the more space you have, the more thing that you fill it up.
mm, mm, mm,
I
mm,
take a lot of consciousness to always question, do I really need this thing now? without be needing it in a few months' time. So, and if I don't use anything or need it now or a few months' time, why should I have to keep it when somebody else can use it better than me?
I like that. I like that. But then when it comes to, like, let's say emotions or emotional space, how do I know I need space? And how do I go about creating this space?
Wow. Okay, that sounds like I'm in a psychiatric office today.
No, but really and truly, I'm fascinated because I would like to create some emotional space myself. But how do I know I need it? You know?
Yeah,
Mm,
I think for me, especially for the last 4 years,
mm,
I've opened myself to a lot of different practices,
mm,
like able to pay attention to my body,
mm,
which I don't know how to do until four
mm,
years ago,
mm,
because
mm,
I kind of
mm,
feel that I stay so long in my head,
mm, mm.
and then I actually forgot that I have a body.
Yep,
But
yep, yep.
now I can see correlation between my mind, my body, even
Mm,
my head.
mm, mm, mm,
And when my shoulder is too tense, when I
mm,
feel a little bit draining, I needed to slow down.
mm,
So,
mm,
for example, maybe I'll allow myself to overthinking about why other people do what they do.
okay, okay.
So the more I
Mm,
think about it, I can use my rationale to
mm,
not able to appreciate those people,
yeah,
like they
yeah.
are in certain level in their journey. They
Mm,
might not do what you expect them to do, but they're
mm,
actually doing what's right for them at that moment. So,
okay, okay.
but because I get stuck into more curious, wanted to figure it out that why they do that when
Mm, mm,
the options. So
mm,
once I do space, it
mm,
allows me to figure out how I'm spending my own energy on
mm,
something
mm,
that is of my highest good. And
mm,
I can,
mm,
when I can release that energy and I
mm,
can just focus on something
mm,
that can
mm, mm,
elevate
mm,
myself. So that's what emotional space means.
mm,
Emotional
mm.
space also means that I become more generous to myself and other
Uh,
people.
uh,
So,
uh,
so
uh.
rather than be holding things
Yeah,
inside,
yeah, yeah,
inside.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so, so,
yeah.
so, so that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
I get what you mean because if you cannot be of any help to anyone if you yourself are not emotionally healthy at all. You know what I mean? It's almost
that's
like
right.
you cannot give what you don't have.
That's
I don't know how we're doing for time.
No, we're fine. So we still got 10 minutes. It looked like the direction of travel is changed, which is great.
Mm, 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 mm,
Which
mm.
is great. So you yourself, how do you say space in terms of, because how do you exercise space in terms of your physical space and your emotional space? How do you see that work with you in your relationship with other people?
Um, I think most probably I'll say this year has been almost that year whereby I've actually become more aware of that I need my own space as well because of my personality. I have that personality most probably where you always want to be there for everybody, or
Yeah,
you know what I
remember
mean.
you are. Remember you are Enneagram type 2.
Yep, 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 yep. So we should have another talk on the Enneagram as well for our
That's right.
listeners, what it's all
That's right.
about. So being that type, which means I'm a on the negative side, I'll be seen as somebody who's people pleasing, but you need to be aware of it, that what kind of
That's
a
right.
person am I? And if you are kind of like a people pleasing person, you need to sort of like take a step back and question the things that you do. Like, do I really need to be jumping to offering myself to people? Do I need to? Because with that comes an element of draining yourself. You drain yourself
That's
because you are always jumping left, right, and center, trying to be the person. that is pleasing everybody. But
That's
this year has
right.
been very like that reflection whereby you ask yourself, what is it that I want? Who am I? Where am I going? It's almost like you're always on the go all the time. So I've learned now to take time off, and
Yeah.
to journaling has become very part of my of who of my everyday life, whereby at the end of the day I'll write things down, I'll reflect. You
Yeah.
reflect, and you also learn, um even to say no, because sometimes it becomes an issue to say no to people. So you
Yeah.
think like you feel guilty that I'm saying no, but then actually it's actually empowers you to say no when you know you cannot do something. And
Yeah.
that has been very empowering for me. It's created that space, because if you don't realize, you also have people who are very demanding into your life,
Yeah.
emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And I remember a conversation where you were talking, whereby you say you get somebody like a text or something, or you get somebody calls, and then it makes you, instead of you getting excited, you just
Yeah.
think to yourself, oh, you feel almost like depleted,
That's
because you
right.
think to yourself,
That's right.
here we go again. And you think yourself, why am I feeling this way? You get, I mean, because already you can see a pattern of most probably the demands, maybe the person places on you, and you get caught up in this. And you also, as we're talking about how the space now with the way the world going, because you always got your phone, and by reflex, you feel you have to answer the phone. But then you
That's
take a
right.
step back and you think to yourself, do I really have to answer the phone now? You see a text coming in and you think to yourself, do I really have to reply to that text now? It has taken me a long time, because we as you say, with the phones and stuff like that, you take a step back and you think to yourself, do I really have to be on the go all the time, answering all the texts all the time? People are sending me and messages, even like you see things like WhatsApp. People say, "Oh, I can see you are online. How come you did not answer my message?" And you think to yourself, maybe I just left my phone. It was already on WhatsApp, and I'm not even on WhatsApp. But people, they're
Mm-hmm.
not coming to that expectation that you should be answering to my calls, you should be answering to my texts in real time. And it doesn't have to be like that. And we've become a victim of our own technological advances. As you were saying about the news, you see it's almost like you have to keep on, but you switch off. You think to yourself, do I really have to? Because with the news, if you look at these news channels, they keep on churning out the same news. It's almost like it's in a loop. And you think to yourself, am I missing something? And that's how the way it makes you feel like you are missing out, and you have to be on
Yeah.
the go all the time. And it
That's
doesn't
right.
have to be like that. And people,
That's
they
right.
have to. I notice when I go on the commute, people have got headphones on. For me, I don't use headphones when I'm on the commute, because I want to be aware of the noises around me. And everybody's on their phone. When I used to commute a lot, when I used to go 2 hour, I used to do a 2 hour commute. You just got on the train and everybody is like on their phones. And I noticed I just reach into my phone, my pocket, and I take out my phone as well, because I feel like I'm missing out by not me having my phone out. And then it took a long time for me to realize, like, why am I taking my phone out? You get what I mean? Let me do something. Let me read the paper. Let me just reflect on things. You know what I mean? And you find we become a victim of this technology, of the way things are. And people are starting to also to expect from us that 24-hour, if I can get all these things instantly, so I should get instant responses from everybody around me. If they don't, then they feel like they've been let down or something like that. And we also feel like we are letting down our people around us if we don't do that instantaneously. um so that's where I'm coming from now. And it takes a lot of discipline you know. It takes a lot of
That's right.
discipline. Yeah.
That's right. I think, yeah, you're absolutely spot on. And I feel like there's no better time to develop a skills to create a space, because at the end of the day, is our emotional state that we are running away from.
Mm.
Most people are not able to sit still for 20 minutes.
Yep,
So
yep, yep.
I asked a 78-year-old man recently because he has so much energy. He never stands still. And I said, how do you rest? How do you take a break? And he said, he
Mm.
only take a break when he sleep. So for him,
Wow.
and it's
Wow.
only when he
And that is
sleep.
at that age.
Yes, 78. And it's almost 80 years. So
Mm. Mm.
imagine someone 21 years old. So uh, the more, when you study the 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 most successful people. When I say successful people, I'm not referring to money
Mm.
only.
Mm.
I'm referring to whatever individual define as success to them,
Mm.
because
Mm.
success to me is very subjective,
Yep,
and it
yep.
depends where you are in your consciousness to define it. But when you look into men and women that are very inspiring, one thing that you will find out about them is they are very guided against about their space. They tend to spend some time for themselves every day. When they wake up
Mm.
in the morning, they tend to just do something for themselves and get in touch with their own mind, with their own
Mm.
thoughts,
Mm.
and
Mm.
able to process how they want to live their life that particular day.
Mm.
And if you look into the religious or spiritual leaders like Jesus, like Buddha, what they uh, uh, Lord, Jesus, especially Jesus, done, it was sporadically, he create time to live with the disciples. These are the people that are very close to him,
Yep,
and
yep,
go
yep.
on a solitude journey on somewhere and just be with his own thought and
Mm.
his prayer.
Mm. Mm.
Because if you don't do that, it's so difficult to know, to reflect on your own behavior. You can
Mm.
just do things autopilot, because the difference between us and animal is we are human.
Yep,
We are
yep,
being like animal, so we react on impulse. But
yep, yep,
like
yep.
you said before, but what makes us more higher than animal is the human side of us,
Mm. 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 Mm.
because it makes us also able to rationalize. But
Mm.
at the end, you have everyone default to certain way. We
Yep,
always
yep.
choose what we're comfortable with.
Mm.
People that are
Mm.
comfortable with their art, they are the people that do something first before they think about it.
Yep,
And
yep,
people that
yep.
are comfortable with their raising, they are the people
Mm.
that think about it before they do it. Most of the case,
Mm.
they don't do it.
Mm. Mm.
Um,
Mm.
and people with their art, they do it first before they think about what they do.
Yep.
Most of the time, they get too much involved where they become more nosy to other people's affairs. So it's catch 22. The only time you're able to find balance is when you can have a space
Mm.
and
Mm.
you can
Mm.
able to observe your own behavior.
Mm.
And then,
Mm.
like you said, you cannot change it. But if you know about it, you can manage it much
Yep,
better.
yep, 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 yep,
There is
yep.
no reason why you should change who you are. You are perfect the way you are.
Mm.
But the reason why everyone should try to work on themselves is pain. We cannot avoid pain because we live in this world.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
life is full of joy and sadness.
Mm.
So, and it's full of structure and also chaos. And the
Mm.
chaos
Mm.
is what most people run away from, but you can't run away from it for eternity.
Yep,
So, and that's where you have to find a way how to balance it. And my favorite prayer every morning is, God give me, uh, I should have uh, I should, may I have strength, confidence to
mm.
change the things I can change, May I have peace of mind to accept the things I cannot change. May I have a wisdom to know the difference.
Yep, 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 yep,
And
yep.
this is the reason why I pray about this every day is because I struggle about it.
Mm, 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 mm,
And once I know which one to put my energy to,
mm.
then that's when the wisdom comes. And the
Yep,
wisdom comes by understanding yourself.
yep, yep, yep. Definitely,
So,
definitely.
so that is amazing. I actually have a different topic for us, but I think the direction of travel is what we need to do today, and it's perfect.
Yep, yep, yep. I don't know if
We,
it would be not so not it would be unfair for us to end without you sharing with our listeners the story that you told me about the girl who was having a conversation with his dad.
oh,
I think you are the
okay,
best one to share
okay,
that story.
uh, yeah, okay. I
Go with
think,
our space
yeah, I was
talk.
driving, yeah, I was driving this morning to the airport. I was on my way to the airport. I was listening to BBC Oxfordshire, and there was a chap that they invited to the program. And one of the things that caught my face is that uh, he asked his daughter, 12 years old daughter, and he asked her, he said, if you decided to become a superhero, what kind of superhero power will you ask for? And the 12-year-old girl looked into her dad's face, eyes, and he said, Dad, if I have a superpower, I will use it that every time you talk to me, you don't use your phone.
Mm, that
That,
is powerful.
yeah, that's really touch because it's easy to do that. Especially you live in the same household.
Mm,
Most
mm,
of us, most of us think we are multitasking, but in
mm,
reality, science shows that it's only 1% of people that can actually truly multitask.
mm,
So
mm,
the 99% of the rest of the population is lost. But
mm, mm,
almost everybody thinks they can multitask, but that changed this guy life actually, and that the girl feel like he feel more important than the phone when his
mm,
dad look into her in the eyes and actually talk to her as a
mm,
woman being,
mm,
because
mm.
what she was looking for is the connection, and
Yep, yep, yep,
she
yep,
wanted to feel appreciated. But
yep, yep.
if you don't really create that space, you don't really see how your own actions and your
Mm,
behavior
mm,
affect your
mm.
relationship with people that you truly love.
Yep, yep, yep. And it just brings to mind like how many of us we do that with people that we love, with our children. You are talking to them and your mind is already and it's easy to pick up when somebody is not fully present because you can see the dad is busy on his phone. Most probably is reading his emails and is saying, "Oh, this is a little girl. She won't notice anything. I'm here." But he's not really present. So I think for me that was very profound. Like when you mentioned that, I just said to myself, wow, am I also guilty of this? Are we also guilty of this?
I am.
It
And
takes a
now,
little step at a time to just realize, like, okay, today when I'm going to have a conversation with somebody, I'm just not going to have even my hand on the phone is not going to be there at all. Put it somewhere and have engage with the person you are with without being on the phone. Without feeling like you're missing out.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That is fantastic. We are 23 minutes gone. So I'm mindful of the time. So let's bring this to end for today. But before we go, I would like you to summarize what this space means to you in 1 minute, if you don't mind.
Space to me, from the conversation that we've had now, is to create that room for yourself within yourself, be it your physical space, be it your emotional space, be it even your spiritual space as well, so that you can be at ease at home with yourself, so that you can be of help to any other people that is around you.
Mhm. I agree. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Ricky. That's really great.
So much.
I think like a bicycle is a journey for everyone,
Yep, yep,
and someone way of using space might be different to yours.
yep,
But
yep, yep, definitely, definitely.
what's more important is the core message
Mm,
of
mm,
how to use
mm.
space. And and I'm sure that the way things are going to the world, there is a need for us as a human being to have authentic connection with each other. And
Yep,
we
yep,
cannot do that, like you said before, until we have it with ourselves first. And
yep,
then we'll
yep,
be able to
yep.
have it with other people. So I really thank you for everyone, especially Ricky, for having time to share your knowledge and your view on the platform today. And I'm thank you for our listener as well and viewer. And hopefully next week we will be able to come back with a more thought-provoking topic to have a conversation on. Whatever you do, just keep an amazing time. Thank you.
Thank you.